It's week 7 of the National Football League.
And coming up, we'll see Malik Neighbors.
He's one of the league's best, currently 3rd in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Giants and the Eagles. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And so good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. You know, partner, sometimes teams get off to slow starts, and that's the case for these teams we're going to see here. Both under 500, not critical yet, but you can't wait too long to try and get this thing turned around.
And I know it sounds crazy, Mike, but here we are, and it's only October. There's a long way to go. But this feels like a really important game, and I think that was the sense that both coaches told us all week when we had a chance to meet with them. They said, we're not trying to panic. We're not trying to put the cart before the horse, but we need to win, and we need to get back on these winning trends, because if we want to find ourselves in contention throughout the rest of what's a long NFL season, these early October games, you got to have them.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles led out by their quarterback, and he is the leader of this offense. Jalen Hurts has that calm demeanor about him, can make the big plays as well. Greg, here he is already in his 5th year in the NFL.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss, and he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Giants led out by their quarterback, Daniel Jones. Here he is. It's year 6 in the NFL. He was the 6th overall pick back in 2019 out of Duke. And Jones still at the helm for the Giants.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
First and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I can promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
The second down throw is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And he will score. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Giants. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
It's just backbreaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's 3rd and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the first down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
And that one is no good. He missed the extra point. So much for 7 to start. It is a 6-0 game. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, here is Ainias Smith. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. We'll check the reaction for the former Giant. Here is Saquon Barkley. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Isaiah Simmons comes up to end that one. Second and 7. Hurts will work here from the pistol. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Philadelphia.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. The defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the 1st down.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
A run up the middle with Barkley. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here now, 3rd and 5. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Giants leading this one early. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. Third and 5. Hurts now. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. Here's Barkley. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Going in the wrong direction. Now 2nd and goal from the 12. One more time, they try Barkley. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line. This drive in danger of stalling out on 3rd and 10. And in motion is Brown. 3rd and goal for Hurts. That is caught by the tight end, Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Giants offense and Daniel Jones ready to get going once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
And this ball incomplete on third down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down. All three incompletions, and now it brings up fourth down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. The throw on the run is complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. To the goal line and in. Harris, Campbell. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Tracy now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whenever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now, Jones. He's going to look downfield once again. Now Jones throwing on 2nd down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Here we go on 4th down with Jones. That is brought in. take this one in. 76 yards. Touchdown, New York. Gano on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants move back to within one. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The next drive about to get going. I want to remind you it's coming up in prime time this week, week 7 already in the NFL. We have the Jets and Steelers on Sunday Night Football. And then coming up tomorrow night, the last of our Monday doubleheaders for the year. Ravens-Bucks from Tampa at 8:15. That's followed out west by the... Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Brian Burns, the former Panther, in there for the sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
3rd and long. Once again, they keep it on the ground. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. So, we've hit halftime, and it's the visitors, the Eagles, out on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Rondale Moore, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll jet north to Ohio to check in on the Browns at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Tracy now to return it. The Giants offense and receiver Malik Neighbors set to take over once more. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go, hey.
From the gun, it's Jones. Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open.
Half jumbo, half jumbo.
Jones operating out of the pistol. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And he will get into the end zone. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
This is a great example here, Mike, of an offense and a quarterback that is just in complete control and rhythm. Not only is he able to deliver this ball on target downfield, but the accuracy is what allows his receiver to stay on his feet, pick up the remaining yards after the catch, and walks it in for a touchdown.
Back to throw is Jones. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful two-point conversion. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. And in motion is Brown. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Taking down at the 41. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice pickup there by Saquon Barkley, and this is an element of his game that early on in his career he really excelled at. You think back to his rookie year, Mike, in 2018, 91 catches. Last year, only 41. Now, I think a lot of that can be blamed on some quarterback issues and some injuries to Daniel Jones, but got to get him back going in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts to throw. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
When you're defending Jalen Hurts, Mike, the challenge is not only do you have to try to take away all the weapons at his disposal, but you have to account for him as a runner. And in this case, that's exactly what the...
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Tracy now to return it. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one.
Here we go.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
He'll let it fly. Deep ball for Slayton. Into space. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Giants. Now, Gano for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants go up by 7, 28-21. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Harris Campbell now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now it's Hurts. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Open man, Devontae Smith. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Man in motion is Smith. On 3rd, this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Oh, yeah. And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Okay, here we go.
Now Jones on the bootleg. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. He'll look deep here for Neighbors.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
And he will have a Giants 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
Cadence, lock in the cadence, lock in the cadence.
Play action now. It's Jones. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Jones. That's caught downfield by Robinson.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
Nick Sirianni thought about it, and he wants another look. He has thrown the challenge flag.
The previous play is under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. On play action, it's Jones. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Let's call it for what it is, Mike. I mean, right now, this team is winning in spite of him. Certainly not because of him. And what's really concerning is that's the most important position on the team. And if they are able to hold on and they do pull this game out, it could wind up being one of the most poor performances we've ever seen in a winning effort that I can recall in a long time.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
On play action, it's no chance at all. He'll go down.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
To throw, it's Jones. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
Really nice job here by the defense, taking advantage of this condensed field. Anytime you're down here in the red zone, the field is wider than it is deep. It's actually very challenging for an offense to stay in their normal rhythm, and coverage has been tight. Pass rush is getting home. Back-to-back sacks. What's the old saying, Mike? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And at this point, there's just really no reason to not just continue to target him. He's been running free all game long, and you can see the numbers. They bear that out. It's evident right from the start that they were going to look his way early and often, and I think it turned out to be a pretty good game plan. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But this is taken in by a teammate. A first down throw for Hurts. Taking off. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Another try, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. He is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
A 1-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, good effort, just doesn't work out, but it's not over. Remember, they still got 2 timeouts in their back pocket. They've got to use them quickly. They've got to get 3 stops force a punt, and see what happens when the offense gets the ball.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. From the gun, it's Jones. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. From the 2 now, here's second and goal.
Half jumbo, half jumbo. Up we go.
Here's Jones. And he will power his way into the end zone. Daniel Jones. Touchdown, New York.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Gano on to add the extra point. And he missed it. That's a rare miss for the veteran. And they are unable to add on the point after. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return is Rodgers. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. They'll come up now for second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Still some hope. Keyword some. No timeouts. They need 2 scores, and it's first and 10. Hurts to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
This one, complete to Campbell. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Third and long for Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And it's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Giants has it. So it's a win for the Men in Blue. The Giants get it done. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time, later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.